Over the last month, I've went into a very specific direction with the Nintendo Switch, and in today's video we're going to have a look at a bunch of titles that I have picked up. We've got some hidden gems, we've got some unique titles that, well, I just never thought would work. We have, well, a title that I was worried was going to get very expensive, and among all of that, we've tried a brand new publisher to see what their releases are going to be like. Join me as we have a look at this bundle of Nintendo Switch games and see what I've been picking up over the last month. Fear of missing out. It's a bugger. It's an absolute bugger when it comes to collecting. Whether it's that game that you see on the shelves and think, I'm never going to see it again, or it's one that if you don't buy now, it's going to be expensive later. And that was what my problem was with this particular title. That one is Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero, the 2-pack. So yeah, Subnautica recently had its sequel, Subnautica 2, released, and I thought it was high tide that I picked up this title. Now, this is an ocean exploration game which very much, well, people genuinely consider it to be a bit of a horror game. And I'm going to be honest, I tried this one and I need a little more time with it. I didn't realise quite straight away that it was kind of like a survival game, you know, going around collecting resources in order to build more apparatus to explore further. What did I do? I went to me crashed sunken ship straight away. And yeah, this is one that I'm looking forward to trying more. I've watched a few streamers play it, at least the second one, and I am very much enjoying watching it. It hasn't translated into playing it quite yet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this one out a bit more. I picked this one up simply because with the sequel being out, I was expecting the price of this one to jump up. I believe when I found this back, I think September, October time in North Shields, it was around late 20s. I think it was early 30s now, so yeah, it is slowly rising, but it's one that I want to try more of. And that brings us on to the next title. This is one that I bought and has since had a discount. It's just the way it goes, isn't it? So this is Super Rare Games number 142, Banner of the Maid. Now this is an interesting title because I can certainly see why this is not flying off the shelves. This is a turn-based JRPG, so you know, I think like Final Fantasy Tactics, Disgaea, Fire Emblem, smashed with JRPG elements, with an alternative telling of the French Revolution. That's right, and I heard good things about it. I heard if you like your turn-based titles, this is a good one for you. It's very French, as to be expected. But yeah, what if Napoleon was cute anime girl? Yeah, you're gonna find out in this game. And honestly, I've sat about an hour into this one and I'm really enjoying it. I want to sink a little bit more into it, but you know, life's life and time is time. We can't play everything. Yeah, this is, as I recall, this is on Super Rare Games' very big discount. So yeah, I mean, I paid full price for it. You can probably get it discounted, assuming that's still ongoing at this point. And yeah, if you want that kind of game, I would strongly recommend this one. It's very good, it's very French, it's very anime coded. Speaking of discounts, again another one, and this is the weirdest one. This is the weirdest one I have picked up in a long time. Omega 6, the Triangle Stars. Now, this was a hugely discounted title. I think this was about 12 or 13 pounds. And the reason I picked it up, well, it's the same artist who did F-Zero. The whole thing is similar to that, and it just gave me that vibe of something that you just do not see anymore. If nothing else, I bought it for the artwork alone, I bought it for the vibes alone, and that's how hidden gems are found. A lot of people who have tried this one have really recommended it. I did think about 15-20 minutes into it, and I'm perfectly honest, it wasn't quite gripping me. There was a lot of lore, there was a lot of things that had to be set up, and it wasn't immediately exciting for me, but it's one that I'm going to go back to and I'm going to try it again. Have you guys tried it? Let me know. At the very least, it remains an eyepiece because this artwork is absolutely fantastic. Over the last few weeks, I have been replaying VA11 Hall A. Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Simulator. And it remains an absolute fantastic title, to the point that I would still argue it's one of my top 10 games of all time. Maybe. So I fancied another Cyberpunk game, and I saw this one on sale. ANNO Mutationum. I was going to call it Mutationum. And this one, again, this one came highly recommended. This is a cyberpunk slash puzzle slash action game that I tried it out, and it looked and felt really nice. It's one that I'm really looking forward to trying out a little bit more. The anime style looks really nice, the cyberpunk style looks really nice, and it's one of those things, cyberpunk games live or die on how addictive they are. I've tried a few of them, some I love, some I don't love so much, but cyberpunk is one of those eras where you can kind of just have a lot of really fun with it. Looking forward to trying this one in more detail. So, I also tried a brand new publisher. I say I tried it, I pre-ordered it about a year ago, and some of the games have started to come through very much now. That is Lost in Cult. Now, I was going to do a whole video just on these games because a lot of these games are ones worth talking about. I just wasn't happy with the quality of the video. So, sadly it's been nudged into a bit of a haul video, but still, let's talk about some of these games. The first one being the Excavation of Hobbs Barrow. Now, I'm a huge fan of visual novels, and back in the day, I was a fan of point and click adventures. Titles such as Monkey Island. Even I had games like Ace Ventura for the PC. I remember having a Monty Python one. But it's not a genre that I kind of really feel like we see a lot of these days. This Excavation of Hobbs Barrow brings us back into that, and I've already sank a little bit into it, but I can see straight away this is a game I'm going to play a lot of because there's just a nice vibe to it. It's very British, the British accents everywhere. Of course, I literally just came back from a week in the Lake District, and you can see that, yeah, this is kind of like the feel of some places in the Lake District, that kind of vibe in it. It's a very beautiful feeling game. Pixel art, it's not going to be for everybody. Point and click, not going to be for everybody, but this is definitely one for me. And so we come onto the game that got my eyes onto Lost in Cult. Now, of course, they're going to release titles that probably wouldn't get a release otherwise, and this is a game I really wanted in my collection. Thank goodness you're here. So this is kind of like a very British town, a very small British town, obviously, that was founded on like coal mine, and then obviously it's got like a few strings to its bow, like big runs, big pies and peas, and just very small kind of things that kind of put on the map. Not really somewhere you would go. The locals are local, and no strangers are here. Yeah, I mean, if you've ever kind of watched League of Gentlemen, you might have a bit of an idea of the town, that kind of like thing. But this is definitely a town that if you live in the UK, you've probably experienced at some point. This game is hilarious. This is absolutely hilarious, this game. It's only about 3 or 4 hours. I complete the whole thing, but honestly, I was just enjoying the entire thing. This is absolutely fantastic, this game. I knew it was going to be good. I've watched like 3 Hololive girls play through this game, and I still played it myself and absolutely loved it. The humour is very British, it's very adult British, but it is a fantastic, absolutely fantastic joy of a gem. Which brings me on to the next game, which is another game I've watched Hololive play some of it, but again, it was one that I wasn't sure what to think of it. It was one of those games that everybody said was great, and I was like, oh, is it going to be a great one, or is it just kind of overhyped? Nah, it's great. Animal well. So this is one of those games where it's kind of like, it doesn't really explain itself, it doesn't explain what you're kind of doing, but you kind of have to work it out yourself. It reminded me of a game I used to play years ago, like a flash game, where it was like you were a stick kind of character, and it was very much like Super Meat Boy kind of thing, but you were in like a big kind of like open like map, Metroidvania style map. But yeah, this game is very strange, but I couldn't put it down. I've spent about 3 or 4 hours. I still have no idea what I'm doing. Just going around, just exploring these rooms, just going to different places. Absolutely loving it though. Very enjoyable. I'm really glad that this is one that I picked up. This was the Lost and Cold exclusive cover, I believe, so it's got like a big scary cat on the back. But yeah, this is one that I'm really glad I tried out and really glad that I'm getting into. And the last Lost and Cold title was Hauntii. Again, another title that when they announced it, people got really excited that I was getting a physical release. And I am noticing that what Lost and Cold do seem to be putting out is a bit of a curated collection of games. Every single game that I have picked up and played from them so far, I have really enjoyed. Thank goodness you're here, Animal Well, Excavation of Hobbs Barrow. I've played a little bit of Hauntii, and again, I really enjoyed it. I heard it was really difficult, however, so I was just like, oh, I'm not fancying a difficult game, but yeah, this is one I can't wait to explore a little bit more. I really sank about half an hour into it. Black and white kind of like world, and you kind of like you're a dead soul kind of thing, and you can go around possessing like bits of the map and stuff like that to kind of go through puzzles and stuff so far. But yeah, looking forward to trying this out more. Have you guys tried it? Let me know. Now the next one is one that is a little bit more of a childhood wish fulfillment. So as you guys are already aware, I started with Super Nintendo, Game Boy, N64. I got PlayStation at the end of its life cycle, so a lot of the games that are beloved on PlayStation kind of passed me by. This franchise was one of them. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, and this is another one that I believe was in the same vein as the Tomb Raider releases, where they've kind of just put them onto modern day consoles, given them a bit of a remaster, given them a bit of a spruce up, and then they've kind of just put them out. And again, this got a big discount, so I was just like straight away, yeah, gonna get it, because Tomb Raider, the first trilogy on the Nintendo Switch, is kind of like, it dropped down, but then it kind of went back up. So it's like, it's now more expensive than it has been, and I'm just like, I've got on the PlayStation, but I want it in the Switch collection. So yeah, I was like, as soon as this drops down, see, it was the Tomb Raider second, like 4, 5, and 6, dropped down in price, so I thought I'd pick it up. Literally, this turned up the day I was going on holiday, so I was just like, I'm not taking it with us, I'm going to play it when I get back. I'm looking forward to it. Do you guys have any recollection of this one? It's one I've always wanted to play. I've always had good things about it, but I just never picked it up. For me, it was always very difficult to go back to PlayStation 1 games, unless it was like a JRPG or something. I just felt like some of the games didn't hold up as well as nostalgia might kind of hope, but yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this one. So, back in April, it was my birthday, and, well, I got a few gifts here and there, and I got a lot of money for my birthday. And with money also came some gift vouchers. I had some gift vouchers for Amazon, and I was like, I was going to buy games here and there, and I was just like, oh, you know what, I want a game that I've been after. A game that I really wanted, and this is a game that I did see in CEX a few weeks ago. And that game is Ori the Collection. So this has both of the Ori games, The Blind Forest and Will of the Wisps, all on one bundle. I know those games had separate releases as well, and I've always heard such great things about this. Two beautiful, fantastic, beloved titles, all in one collection, and I'm really excited to really get into this one and try it out. I think it originally was an Xbox exclusive, then I think over time it kind of just was ported onto everything, and then the Switch one got a physical release. So yeah, that is one that I'm really excited to. So again, Ori and Legacy of Kain, they arrived just before I was going on holiday. I was just like, oh, I want to experience them on the big TV kind of thing, just try them a little bit more. Looking forward to doing so. Is it beloved in your household? Let me know. So, before we go on to the last one, let me know in the comments, what have you guys been picking up? Have you picked up any of these Lost and Cult releases? Are they now on your radar? Have you been picking up anything for the Switch 2? I know we're nearly on to the first anniversary. Or is there anything coming out in the near future? As of recording this video, Ball X Pit is pretty much on its way, so we'll do that in the next pickups. But yeah, there's some exciting games coming out. There's some games that I've overlooked. But there was one that I was really unsure about, but I'm super glad that I did pick up. I'm going to be honest, I like Nintendo first party releases. However, I have noticed that sometimes I pick up a few of these releases and I'm just a little bit underwhelmed by them. No franchise has kind of fallen from grace for me as the Yoshi franchise did. I'm a huge fan. Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo, one of my favourite Mario games of all time. I even enjoyed Yoshi's Story for the N64 because it was one of the few games I had at the time. Moving forwards, however, Yoshi has been very, very hit and miss. I like the Woolly World ones. I really was not a fan of the Papercraft one. I wasn't a fan of Yoshi's New Island and Yoshi's Island DS and Yoshi's Touch and Go and a few of these other ones. But that kind of held me back on the next one, which is the Switch 2's most recent release, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like Nintendo didn't sell this in the right vein. What I got the impression of was that this was a new Yoshi's Island type game. The controls are very much the same. You eat enemies, you plop them out as eggs, you throw them and do a bit of platforming. No. What we have here, what we have with this game is a zoology game. A game in which you play as Yoshi and you basically explore the world around you. So Yoshi's Island, or inside this big book, there's all of these different creatures and you've got to study these creatures and manipulate the world around them or use your abilities to kind of do different things with them. It's very in-depth. I mean, I'm on chapter 4 and I was slowing down because I was thinking, oh, this is, I'm just blasting through this game. There's quite a bit of meat on the game as well. It's one of those games where I just kind of looked at it and I was just like, it's not going to be a great game. I am absolutely loving my time with this one. I am absolutely loving it. And people are like, oh, it's a baby's game. And I was like, it's a Yoshi game. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be appealing to all ages. I'm not going to say, oh, it's a game just for adults. It's not. But honestly, I'm having an absolute blast with this game. Very enjoyable indeed. And I think that's one of those ones where I kind of, it's very much been like the litmus test of like reviewers, where a lot of reviewers have picked it up, just bounced straight off it, absolutely fine. A lot of reviewers have kind of said, yeah, this is one of the best games on the Switch 2 at the moment. Very enjoyable one. Just don't go in expecting another Yoshi's Island. And I think that was the same with Donkey Kong Bonanza. Don't go in expecting Donkey Kong Country. Expect a new thing with kind of familiar characters. Very enjoyable one this one is, and actually kind of got me a little bit more excited for the Splatoon Raiders that's coming out. I was going to pick up Indiana Jones, but I'm kind of holding off on a little price drop for that one. Did you guys pick it up? Let me know in the comments. We're starting, I think this is now kind of the point where we're going to start and see a few more Switch 2 games. I've noticed I've got a few pre-orders and stuff like that, but yeah, we'll Switch 1, Switch 2, we'll see a lot more of it.